What's up? Whoa. Whoa. I forgot to turn off. Ignore that. I forgot to turn off. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, ignore that for like 2 seconds. Ignore that. Ignore. Well, not that much, but sure. Ignore that. That didn't happen. Shut up. I was like, okay. Anytime I watch any of my vlogs back, I think, why does my camera keep changing? It's because I have auto white balance and auto exposure on. It is dark as hell in here right now, and it's meant to be. It's nighttime. So, hoorah. I turned that all the way up. Sometimes I have good decisions and sometimes I don't. Oh, that was not the volume button. As much as I thought it was. Well. Okay. I am bored, essentially. So, and if I want a judgment if I hurt my eyes with this big as fuck ring light. It's literally just a lamp. It's my regular lamp. But because of the auto white balance, I've never been able to get it to like be somewhat normal looking. And I know my laptop is going to not process this as, because it looks good on my end. It looks clear. I know it won't look like this. I know. Whenever I look this back, it's gonna look bad, but it's okay. It's okay. Today's just a makeup day. That's it. And get ready with me. Whatever. I did, guys. You get me with a name now, because look, there's just not many. There's not many puns of the word pun I can make. But I can make a lot more with a similar sounding word. Plus, me at my job, we were talking about potential pen names. And I'm like, well, if I ever write anything, I would, for one, milk the shit out of it, make a YouTube video out of it. But then I was like, oh, it would be ridiculous if my username is this and it's just so far removed. Even if I have a pen name, it's like, there's like 3 different layers of pen names. At least we can be consistent. So, manfully intended. You hear. It's okay. I change my, for anyone uninitiated, I do change my username like 3 times a year. One of my favorite habits. Is it a good habit? No. But there's like 60 maybe at best of you. It's okay. I will live. I'm using moisturizer right now. I know I need to get primer, but I don't want to, so I've never gotten it. So I kind of just use it like primer. On a level of bad to, my face is weird as hell, to bad to really bad. I don't know the level of that, but I'm just gonna let that sit for a second. But I'm gonna have to take my glasses off at some point. I have a tiny little mirror over here. Do you guys like my side bang? Guys, is it cute like that? I'm trying to keep it out of the way when we get, oh my god, that's so bad. Guys, you didn't see that. You did not see that. Whatever. Because here's the thing, I have so many creative writing stuff I used to do for class. I want to do more for the love of the game. But Jesus Christ, there's nowhere to fucking post it where it's like, because I want to post maybe just random bullshit on Ko-fi. It's meant to buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee. Shut up. I'm sure I'll figure it out. I'm gonna post stuff on there, but I want to be able to put some of the stuff that I turn into YouTube videos because I want to draw them, read it out. You know how like on those podcasts they have like little maybe transcriptions of it, stuff like that. I'd love to do that. Like, you know how the Reddit readers, how they do it? It's like a nice put in the background, but for anyone who wants to read it physically. I'm going to probably make a Substack. I know, I'm cringe, I know. But that would just be free. That would just be a nice place to put it. Because I'm not formatting a Google Doc. I'm not. Me and Google Docs have beef the same way me and Canva have beef today. Like I'm genuinely so many. I do publicity stuff for my job. Me and Canva are not in terms. Just generally, me and Canva are just not. So, my eyes hurt. I've been on the computer all day today, and I've somehow thought, it's great. Let's get on another one. I've also watched the newest episode of Pluribus. Yay. I was really thinking whenever the episode was starting, like, okay, so now I'm confused about some of this, because why are they doing this if he's not watching? But then I kind of figured they're doing this like as a role play thing, and then because I was like, oh, he wants to be in a James Bond movie, so that's how that's gonna be. It was weird seeing him be kind of nice. He's a creep. That's not being taken away from, just because it adds a slight level of nuance to everyone kind of still wants human connection, because 7 billion people are kind of just going, anything you want, doing that, because they have to hold a conundrum there. Holding. I thought it was pretty interesting. I'm very excited for the new episode whenever, oh my god, is he from Paraguay? I don't know my countries, and I don't remember, and I watched it maybe 2 seconds ago. To be fair, my dog was biting me the whole time. Not even a mean way. She got a hold of some of my sweater. Not good to me. Alright, I'm gonna put up some of the icebreaker questions. Feel free to answer any of them. If you see this, you can answer any of them. If not, I'm just gonna answer them for fun. Mwahaha. If I can get it fucking up. I'm back. Window capture. Window capture. Window capture. Thank you, window capture. Okay, there we go. Did it turn my exposure back on? Why did it do that? I turned you off for a reason. Why did you come back on? And how? My computer did not turn. Guys, ignore how the screen's about to get freaky. But it's okay. Guys, it's okay. It's okay. We are okay. Apply. Okay. How do I make that my default instead of having to do this every single one? Shut up. I did close out OBS by accident. I don't know how to do that every time, but it's okay. We'll live. Okay. Let's ponder this question while I get my foundation ready. Should I do normally what I do? Sorry, I'm taking my glasses off for like 2 seconds. I do unless you're taking up my screen. Whatever. This is not a correct shade of me. So what I normally do, at least not to my neck, it might be good to a certain extent, but it's very cakey. I don't really like it. If I don't want to do actual foundation, I held her up to a mirror today, just so that she would understand. That's her, that she's barking at. You know, I'm not thinking we're sticking a landing on that one. I do have a little tiny mirror, so yes. I did get hair dye on it. It's dried, mostly. I don't know how to fix that. Should I do concealer first? I don't know. I also don't know how this is gonna look on this without everything. So we're gonna go the traditional route of me using as little foundation as possible and hoping for the best. Which normally means it's going to be cakey, and I cannot help that. I wish I could. This is not my foundation brush. Is it? It's one of the pink ones, I think. Oh, well, that's awful. Which one's more pink? Ooh, okay. Uh-oh. Oh, I guess I didn't bring that either. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. In a sense. In the sense that, ooh. No, this is okay. I can manage that. Let's use this brush. That's probably too much. And by that, too much, I mean that. But guys, what's the best thing you've got going on in your life right now? I consider the best thing in my life right now to be my dog. I don't think she understands the concept of a compliment, but ooh, I mean, it might match my neck a little. Guys, it'll be okay. I just think it's the consistency of it that I do not like. I do think it matches my forehead pretty consistently. But oh, I forgot to do my fucking forehead in the first one. But you know, it is what it is. I do consider the best thing in my life to be my dog right now. Also my job, because I like money. And my job gives me a lot of incentive to just do stuff. Because otherwise I do think I'd just be in the house all the time. And for a while that was great. I used to stream all the time because I had nothing better to do. But I mean, it does get to a point at a certain point it gets to a point. Ooh. I might have to check when I get my glasses back on of how nothing on that side. Of how cooked this is. Ooh. It's not looking good, fellas. I just need someone to tell me what foundation shade I need. Because I'm gonna live and learn. But it'll be okay. I wonder if it's just that I don't. Girl, whatever. Girl, whatever. I just don't like it in the first place. I mean, it kind of matches my neck. It's just a little bit yellow. I guess I kind of have a yellowish undertone sometimes. Sometimes it's more red. I guess, can you have a mix of undertones? I don't know. Oof. And I don't like the smell of it. I'm just complaining to complain at a certain point. So don't mind me. I am putting a shit ton on, by the way. Oh. But I mean, I'd rather it be cakey everywhere than, you know, some sign to get missed. Oof. Eek. Not my fave, but it's okay. I'll live. I'll live in the sense that I do not like it, but I mean, it's okay. What do we know of the world if not for our mistakes? Well, I mean, it's not awful, it's just cakey. Ooh. And yes, I do not need teeth whitening strips, shut up. Blame Invisalign, not me. Well, you can also blame me, but 7-year-old me just never picked up very good habits. See, in person it almost looks like it matches, but I do have a massive fucking camera on me right now. So, not camera. Fucking light, whatever. If I move it, does it look? No, doesn't look great, but it's okay. Fucking Eek. Can I back her up a little bit? You know, you can just ask me to get that out for you. She's going in her bin. Hold on. Which one do you want? Do you want this one? No. I really hope you don't want the Sasquatch. It's squeaky and annoying. Oof. I mean, it's not great. See, the thing is, I never learned how to do makeup, and that's no one's fault but my own. So I kind of just have to live with the mistakes of being bad at it for a while. If you hear my dog chewing on her toy, I know. Okay. I'm scared, guys. I don't want to see what this looks like with my glasses. Right now, blurry, it looks fine. I mean, it's a consistent color. That's a pro. It's a consistent color. And I'll live with it. But I keep thinking my auto thing has gone back on, and I don't think it is. I think it's just lighting stuff. I like that. Yeah, it's a little bit more consistent that way. It's okay. Womp womp womp. It's okay. But yeah, best thing going on in my life at the moment, my dog and my job, which I think are pretty normal answers in terms of things. Feel like it is. I've been doing this for so long, I don't consider the best thing in my life at a specific moment. It's just one of those consistent, like, hobbies that I do. I'm not trying to open files, please. It's not what I'm trying to do. Okay. What's an incredibly common thing you have never done? Okay, well, three questions, I guess. What's an incredibly common thing you've never done? What is taking you the longest to get good or decent at? What food do you love that a lot of people might find a little odd? What is an incredibly common thing? Drive a truck. I can't do that. I know it's common, at least for people in my area. Can't do it. I can't. I've tried. Well, not that I've tried, but I had a panic attack, so I never actually managed it. So, like, I really didn't know it. But I can never tell when this thing's actually working because I cannot see that. I should be able to see this far in front of me, but I really can't most of the time. Ooh, brother. Ooh, it's okay. Eek. I've never gone to a wedding. Well, a lot of people in my family, so that is a little bit shocking to a certain extent. I've literally never gone on. Been to plenty of funerals, but never a wedding? Wow. Wowzers. Is this the concealer brush? I don't really know. Oof. Eek. I think it's just because my skin is so textured that I just generally do not like how anything looks on it. I did have like a professional go at my face once, because as all Americans do, I had seen your pictures. I didn't get those done for when I finished college though. I did not get that, but that was at my own request. I didn't want to even do it for the first time in high school, but it wasn't really my decision or in my hands, so I didn't really enjoy it. Because for one, the shoes, they were too small that I had, so I'm walking around this downtown area, and it's a beautiful place, but every 2 feet, my feet are yelling at me, pleading, please, please, let me go. And I can't, because again, not my decision to be there. So I can't really go, ooh, we're donezo, guys. It is do it until someone else is satisfied. And if you're Southern, you know, the person doing that is normally your parents. So that was totally fun. At the very least, I got really good food that day, so it all ends up okay in the end. Mostly, when you get food, that makes it okay. See, I can see all the stuff on my face, so it looks incredibly cakey. I don't know if that's just how makeup looks naturally. If it's not, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear anything about it. Ugh. Like from afar, I don't mind it. But when I can actually see my face up close, well, we have some issues. And yet I still want to add more concealer for some reason. What's that, like, blonde blindness? Oh, I say it all the time. I have orange blindness. Nothing's ever orange enough for me. I think I might have ooh. Don't even look. I might have like concealer blindness, but that's okay, I guess. In the sense that I'm never gonna worry about it too much. See, maybe I just don't have to do it. So that was definitely a decision that I made. What? Ooh, I didn't put that good amount on there. That's why. Good heavens. See, this is probably why I could have done a primer. Probably would help me. But see, I just hope you don't see it that much, and I'm just gonna cover it up. And I'll live. I'm literally just gonna take a shower after this, so it'll be okay. I'm not really going out anywhere. Guys, I'll live. See, now it looks like it doesn't match that much. Swag ever, I guess. What was the other question? What is taking you the longest to get good or decent at? Driving. But in my state, that's incredibly common because no one here is a good driver. If you know what state I'm in, I've mentioned it like a couple times before. No one here is a good driver. Genuinely. Just, we're not. I don't think it's in our system to be good drivers. My driver's ed experience was horrible. For one, I had constant panic attacks when I was driving. Just for funsies, I guess. I saw one TikTok that was like, you need to put it like up here. Ooh. And what's that one TikTok? Guys, I'm gonna put 3 pumps. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I do like a little bit of nose blush on other people, and I keep trying to do it myself. It never works because I'm not good at it, but you know, one day I'll try it and it'll work. One day it'll work. Guys, just trust me. But yeah, I would say driving. Ow. I don't think okay. in my state, I mentioned that I live in North Carolina before. Genuinely, no one here is a good driver, and that's okay. I think that's a statewide issue. And it does depend on the city. In my college town, you could get away with being the most awful driver on earth because the cops were also bad drivers, and they did not care. I want to put on more red. Is it bad? I don't know. I think it makes me look all cutesy. Maybe I could use it to like contour instead of like actually using contour. I just look like a clown. Ooh, or like a little cartoon character. Hey guys, it's me, Nan. I just don't. I maybe had to go on an adventure together. I feel like that's fun. I do love makeup like that. That's not me doing a dig. I genuinely like makeup like that where it looks kind of cartoony. I find it cute. If I could, I would get like a white eyeliner and give myself like white freckles. I don't care that some people think it's like 2021. She wants another toy. I don't care that some people think it's a 2021 stupid like TikTok trend. I don't care. It was cute. Which toy do you want this time? You got the cinnamon. Ready, steady, go. She has a whole bin. I think she's gonna, if I keep going this entire night, she's gonna get all of them out. But I guess that makes sense. Damn. Here, I'll turn on the music. To be kind. I cannot see. Can you tell how much I squint? I genuinely cannot see right now. I guess that's good in a sense. In the sense that ooh, I actually don't mind that as like, well, in a blurry sense because I can't tell yet. But not awful. There's such a shadow on the side that I actually can't tell if I have it at least somewhat of the same pigment. We're gonna try. Guys, we're gonna try. It'll be okay. Alrighty. It's okay. It's okay. I'll live. See, you can see texture on my face. I don't know how people don't really manage to make that all go away. I know it's filters, shut up. But still. What to do next? What to do next? I know I need to do eyeshadow, shut up. Oh, I just hate it. I hate it so bad. Oh. Okay, we have 3 options. We have shit, ow. Does this, oh, that's not the opening. Okay, well, that's just me being me. We've got neutral shimmers. We've got more shimmers. Then we've got more saturated stuff. So, yeah. Hell yeah. Seriously, are you barking at me in the window right now? Is that your prerogative? It is, because I can tell I can see myself in the window. Oh, yeesh. I didn't realize I had this unblended on my hand. I need to go to like an actual like person and have them tell me what foundation shade I should use. Because it's egregious. It's like egregiously bad. Okay. okay. Okay, I guess we're just gonna do slightly smoky. Do I not have my mascara? Eek. I guess we'll live and we'll learn. I'll just do a really basic smoky eye. Not even a smoky eye. I don't know how to do a smoky eye. I'll just do a really basic brown eyeshadow. But like I was saying, me and driving don't get along. So, you know, bigger vehicles, no. And my driver's ed was a nightmare. Just generationally bad, like generationally bad. Like not even on purpose. I don't think the person meant anything, but the car halfway broke down, and then I'm on the... Can you stop barking at me? Because you're not even barking at me, you're barking at the damn window. See, this eye I really hate. I truly cannot do it. Ooh. Well, that's not even, but I guess I'll just extend. I forget how my eyelids work, so like I truly, even if I go this side, literally it's not gonna be this evil. It's okay. Like it's whatever. It's whatever. I guess I can round it out with something, but it's okay. Oh, I forgot there's a thing in there. What's the closest shade? Is that guy, I guess? Like I truly, I need like a makeup expert to explain best makeup practices to me. Because when I watch tutorials, I'm really bad. Bam! Well, I guess we're shimmery as hell. When I watch tutorials, I'm really bad at them. Like, generationally, really bad at them. One time I turned myself literally, ooh, heavens. I literally turned myself into Statue of Liberty by accident because I was using too much blue. I got lost, guys. I got lost in the fog. I literally used too much blue shimmer. I was stained for days. It was not good. It was bad. It was bad. Bim Bom, can you calm down? No? Thank you. Trying to figure out what lipstick I want to do. Because I feel like my lips are like notoriously chapped all the fucking time, and I would like them to not be. Will that ever happen? God save us all. I don't know why that's stuck in my head, but it is. Oopsie. I'm just kind of stuck with that now. Yeah, well, it exists. It's cute enough, I guess. If any of you guys have makeup tutorials to force me to watch, I will. Like, genuinely. I like watching them, I'm just not good at following directions. And no, I'm not doing contour because I don't know how to do contour, and I'm not going to embarrass myself that much. Like, not that much. I know it's already bad, but guys, give me a break. I forgot how the fuck. Oh. Like that, I guess. This wasn't what I wanted. What was I trying to get? trying to do something. I'm not gonna do too much of this because I didn't want this. I was thinking of something else, but I don't know what I was thinking of. That's what I was fucking thinking of. Guys, I'm the smartest person in the world. I'm truly so smart. Truly so smart. What is oh, is that what I was talking about? The common, but no, common thing was I've never driven a truck. I've also never driven a tractor in my area. That is somewhat common. Shut up. More cues. Oh, there's an article, I can see that. What food do you love that a lot of people might find a little bit odd? Anytime I say this, people do question it for the amount of starch. My ideal meal is fully just probably should be doing that while I'm putting it on, but it's okay. Mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, bread. Ideal, like it's just my ideal size. And I think if you had enough size, eventually it technically is a meal. It's not nutritious enough to be an actual meal, but still, in my head. Sometimes it just works out that way, you know? Like it's a really good, guys, I can't help it, it's a really good one. Like, sometimes starches are good as fuck. I can't help that. And anytime I tell people that, they're like, that's like not a good amount of starches. I know that, but still, it's nice. Is that that awful to like starches that much? Maybe. I guess. But we live and learn. I don't know what this is gonna end up looking like. Dude, oh no. Oh god, I hope we're gonna have to. No! Well, I suppose in terms of color, it is one. But I do like neutral, so I'm not gonna complain. Don't it look so cute, guys? Ignore the mess to get us here. And this area mostly. See, you guys are already so cute. Oh. But a starch meal, I do love it. Like deep down, I can deal with that. Some good mashed potatoes, normally microwaved. I know. Mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, steamed corn. Steamed corn chicken pastry. My go-to meal. I know it's basically just like barbecue stuff, but shut up. It's ideal. Look, it's peak. I can't, if that's not something you want to hear right now, I'm sorry. Can't tell you too much now. It's good. Oh, are you growling at your okay. Are you growling or not? Sorry, I don't know. She gets her zoomies right before she gets sleepy. And I know she's pushing it off. In 2 seconds, she's gonna climb on the couch and she will either fall asleep or forget that she wanted to go up there in the first place and ask me to get her now. She did that right before I started stream. She was just waiting. I think she thought I was gonna commandeer her nap. I don't know. Is music even fun? Oh, it is. I'm not hearing it. Oh god, I forgot why I don't like this color. It really accentuates the fact that I need teeth whitening strips. Sorry. Let me fade it out a little. By that I mean I just need this. Like, I like neutrals, but they can't be too dark. Because sometimes me and my teeth don't get along. Ow, frequently. But I have mental unwind, so sorry. Oh, but yeah, a pure starch meal. I know there's like little to no nutritional value in it. I know that, but it's so good. Steamed corn. Well, the chicken pastry adds, I'm sure, some amount of nutrition. Some. It's good. Okay. Oh, we missed one. Oh. If you could start a charity, what would it be for? Barring everything that needs charities already, because immediately I'm thinking of numerous crises happening at the moment. Is there like one specifically in my area? That's such a hard question. Because there's so many. There's a lot. You know, the women's shelter in my area, I think they probably need some better resources, equipment. I would probably tear them out, or at least get them some more funding. At least in my mind, that's what I do. That or general homeless shelters in my area. That's what a lot of our stuff is in my area. That's kind of our main charity drives that happen. Yeah. We have a lot. We had a food drive the other day. Okay. What's the funniest thing you've seen online recently? Don't laugh. Don't laugh. The CGI in Welcome to Derry. Look, you know which episode I'm talking about. I'm not saying the rest of the episodes haven't been good. I'm literally gonna be watching it Sunday night. And look, I'm orange hair, bad blush. I'm Pennywise. It's okay. But it's that CGI in episode 3 with the ghosts. It was something. It was something, and I applaud that for airing it, honestly. I have to respect it. I really do. What are some of your favorite games to play? It used to be mobile Genshin Impact, just all the time. But I lost the amount of storage in my phone, so that'll never happen again. Unless I really like do a deep cleanse and we finished the 1,000,000 side quests. My game is still in, I think, technically the story quest in Inazuma, and then I just got in the Sumeru. There's like 5 other nations that I think have already happened. There's lore reveals that I know of because I still watch Genshin streamers, but I don't play the game anymore. A good amount of Minecraft, Papa's Burgeria, any Papa's game, I love deeply. Deeple, deeply. Those were my shit. I've never dropped big one. They are my go. They are my go. I don't know why I'm they, then I'm Papa Louie. A new pal. So, always been my favorite. My favorite one was the one in the football arena, I think. It was a sports thing. I think it was hot dogs. But I was building an empire in there. One day I'll figure out which one it was. Okay. Okay. Dude, don't hit the table with your toy. Don't get mad at me for that. Bim bomb. I'm not even gonna, I got home from work like 4 or 5 hours ago. She was napping for a little bit. I kind of just figured it helps get her energy out, so. But I mean, I have people come over and walk her, so. I think it's good for her to stay on a little bit. She'll go to nap, she'll go to sleep as soon as I end, but if she can hear me talking, it wakes her up, and then she kind of feels the need to stay awake for as long as possible. There was one time, 2 in the morning, I'm streaming, I think, ClanGen, and she just stares at me the whole time. Growls at herself to wake herself up. Hilarious. The only time it doesn't really happen is if she's already asleep and she does not hear me starting. There's a math in that. There's a scheme. Somehow I'll figure out one day. What takes a lot of time but is totally worth it? I would say any amount of doodling, art, yada yada yada. Put some time into it. Very worth it. One of the best things you can do while listening to a podcast is draw whatever. Writing while you listen to podcasts, I find it hard to do it when it's to a podcast, because then I'm listening to the podcast and then I'm trying to function with a different train of thought, which I find a little bit more difficult. But when I'm just listening to a certain vibe of music, I can write the hell and high water. I find it fun, but it does take a lot of time because you have to, for one, you need to write it bad first. Same with art, you need to just get it on paper, and it could be bad, B-A-D, bad. But the minute you get it to actually be something, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take like 15 different tries, kind of a while. And something I've learned from having like 100 million PNG tubers is that it will take 30 billion before you get something you kind of like, which was always the case for me. I would be convinced this will look great. Then I do, I'm like, no, I can make this better. And then I redraw it, and then I redraw it, and redraw it, and I'm just like, fuck, I'm gonna keep doing this forever. And for some people that's great. For some people they want to reach that kind of stasis point where they're just at least good with it. It takes time. What is the most amazing fact you know? Most amazing? Oh. The manatee's closest living relative is the elephant. I don't know how. So for some reason in my head, if they're close relatives, they kind of have to look alike. I personally can't see it, but I think maybe if you like squished an elephant and made their arms smaller, maybe I can see that. But just interesting fact. Oh, and also that there are certain squids that will jump you. Definitely adding to my fear of water, but I don't really go to the beach. Really don't. It's not like I'm far, but I've gone to strange beaches before. Strange beaches that are definitely military sites with active World War II artillery still maybe active in the water. Thank you for your addition to that. I've definitely had some of those. Because when country people get a boat, it does not matter what kind of boat. When they get a boat, they'll take it anywhere. If there's a way for them to get through it, they will. So that's fun. That was also terrifying. So many crabs. I don't like it. I don't like beaches. I mean, I like walking beaches. I like hanging out on a beach. I like maybe going ankle to thigh deep in water. Anything more than that, I get a little bit freaked out. What website or app doesn't exist but you really wish it did? There's like one where I could have sworn it's real, and I might have made it up. but it's like a study tracker, and it's not, there's one where it's a bakery, but it's not that one. It's like the more you do it, the more it like grows something. I think it does exist somewhere, I just don't know what it is. Which toy do you want now? Which toy? You literally growled at me to get my attention. Which one do you want? Do you want your Halloween costume, or do you want Mr. Sasquatch? Mr. Sasquatch. Well, why are you just standing? Which one do you want? Do you want Mr. Sasquatch? Oh, you were. She's a fascinating creature. Sometimes she's nice to me, and I don't recognize it. I need to recognize it more. It was like a study thing, and it kept track, and the more you did it, you got like, it was like growing a city. I don't know. There's a lot of like study tracker apps that I love deeply. I just wish they were less transaction based. Like I love Study Bunny. I'm not feeding that fucking thing. I want a cute room with a bunny in it. Don't test me too much. But those kind of apps I loved in college. Should I do them while I'm at work? Probably not. But I might, keep track. Keep everything fun. What's your favorite type of day? 70 degrees. It can be cloudy, slightly rainy, but it doesn't have to be 70 degrees. Not humid, slightly cool. Not windy. Those ones peak. I can't handle too hot of a day. I used to have to water plants at my job. Not my current job, but like 2 jobs ago. It was like a year ago. And it would be scorching, or this is the middle of summer, scorching down 90 degrees. And I go outside, water plants. It was humid, it was hot. It was hot. The water was hot. Oh, no, never again. Never again. I've grown to hate those kind of days. Like I like sometimes the mist from the water, that was nice. That's the only compliment I can give. Me and that job have true beef. What's the most clever or funniest use of advertising you've ever seen? I'm never gonna give an ad that amount of credit. Unless it's music. In which case, the Cat's Eye Gap ad, that was nice. How into you've said, okay, I'll scroll. How into self-improvement are you? I think no matter what, your goal should always be self-improvement. That's going to be something that's never going to be static. I think probably some people get kind of tripped up or like, I'm good enough, so I don't need to try anymore. I urge everyone to keep trying. Always. Just for fun. Keep going. Yay! I don't think there's ever a point in not actively keep going, but when we go into self-improvement as a career and as a field, boo. No one in that is normal. Most self-help books, sometimes they're good, like just on a general level of advice, but sometimes they are so, I'm gonna sell you this course for $1 million. And if it doesn't make your life right, that's because of you. Duh. Truly hilarious. Just wow. Wowzers. 10 out of 10. No notes. It is weird. Well, no, it's not weird. It's pretty. Self-improvement is a bit of a commodity in a way. Because no one really wants to say, hey, sometimes you fucking suck. and you can't fix that with other people. So you're gonna have to do that work, and it's not gonna be with the people who you fucked over. You have to do that on your own before you. No one wants to say all that because it's always gonna be for something, but I mean, ultimately it's not gonna be very productive unless it's for you, not for something you want, not for someone else. It'll have to be for you for it to be. She's adding, yep. Well, she didn't want to add anymore. You heard her thoughts. It needs to be for you for it to actually stick a landing, in a sense. Sometimes I've noticed if I've done it for other people, it manages for a while, but then I just don't. I start being resentful for trying to be, for even me trying to be better. For literally like, I mean, I did it for them, but still, I wanted to get some of this off the top of my eye. But I don't want to wipe, I just want to dab it down a little bit. Is that a thing that'll work? Maybe. I know what she's barking at. I can. She's barking at me. In the window. Bam bomb. Bam bomb. Now she's at the window. As if something will happen that she can do. She's a fascinating creature study. But I've also noticed in other people that when their goal for improving is just so people are either less mad or so they can get back into good graces with people, it never really lands, because the minute they get back into the good graces, it's just like, well, I'm not gonna try anymore. I think it's true for a lot of people, unfortunately, but sometimes it's such small issues and no one really wants to say, well, it's still not very good, that it's just gonna keep repeating. It is what it is in that regard. It's been a commodity for a while, mostly. As soon as money got involved, fuck. But I mean, in America, there's also the not to get political. There is a carceral system constantly at play that fundamentally doesn't want rehabilitation of any amount of criminal, because that would interfere with their income. They don't prevent anything from happening, they reap the rewards when it does. And only what they want to, because there are some criminals that will never see a day behind bars because they're not poor or black or brown or a woman marginalized, trans, anything. Some people will never see that still because they have the privilege to stay out of it. And there's money in that, so, whatever cop is in your head a lot of times, sometimes I think the cop in your head will tell you to be worse. I urge you not to listen. No matter how much these self-help gurus are evil, you still should help yourself to a certain degree. You just might not want to listen to them. You probably just need to listen to better people. What song? I'm sorry. When the hell was this playing in Style Savvy? Why were they playing this kind of song? Do you think Nintendo and Animal Crossing could ever make club music? I think that's her answer. No. If you went to a club and the Animal Crossing theme song started playing, how mad would you be? I genuinely hate this. Hold on. No. me and dubstep don't get along. It just reminds me of that one game where you're a little cube and you have to match the beat. No, I hate that game with a passion. Me and Geometry Dash, no. When someone finds out what you do or where you're from, what question do they always ask you? Where is that? And are you doing that forever? If that helps. Are you more productive at night or in the morning? Do you think it's possible to change and get used to another schedule? When I was in high school, I managed to be somewhat productive in the morning because I had to be. As well as in college when I had classes in like 11 or 12, somewhat around noon, I would be a little bit more productive in the morning. If I want to go get lunch, if I want to like stream in the morning. And then my brain went no. And then now as soon as I wake up, I sleep until the last possible second, run to get ready and then leave. The only time I'm like even productive in the morning is just when I'm walking my mom back there. She's sitting on the couch. I don't think you can see her, but she's sitting on the couch. Like I said she would do once she got all the energy out of her. I walk her and then I kind of nap on the couch with her. I'm not a morning bird anymore. I used to be. And I mean, I technically am when I'm at work, but my brain is fried at work. It is possible to change your sleep schedule if you really put your mind to it. I just never put my mind to it. I'm just not that. I'm not in the mood. One day I can, but not today. What scene in a movie always gives you the goosebumps every time you watch it? Oh, okay, so you know in Nope, when the UFO. I don't like this song. We're gonna lower that. When the UFO goes and kills everyone, that goosebumps. Hated it every second. Goosebumps and nauseous. What topic could you give a 20-minute presentation on without any preparation? If I could remember it off the top of my head, there's two things. I can give you 20-minute rants on one of them if I really tried right now. One of them is Shakespeare, and Shakespeare, how he writes, and not how he writes, but how his writing kind of shaped certain aspects of how people depict the War of the Roses, and how much of it is just Shakespeare, how much of it is actual historical record, and how much even historical record wasn't really a historical record. It was we side with you because you'll kill us. Propaganda has existed for centuries. So a lot of sources people have is we've got some, but a lot of people's basis is a scattered few. And then Shakespeare came along and went bow. And then we've got thousands of other media interpretations based purely on that. And then it kind of turns into how Shakespeare's interpretations have shifted with political times, and how people interpret political figures of historical times in tandem with their own political misgivings. There was, in the 80s, I don't remember, this was like a capstone project I had, but how bad my attention is that I don't remember something I actually had to do like a 10-minute presentation on. We were talking, and became a kind of fascination not fully post, but during the craze of Princess Diana, where certain royal figures, if we love you enough, we can ignore every bad thing you've done. and we will be apologetics for you right now, especially of the royal family. It was kind of Princess Diana time. This is a personal belief here, not historical, me just chatting shit, where there was a kind of obsession with repainting some historical figures that took part in War with Roses as protectors from bastards, right as, walk with me, the Princess Diana affair rumors were happening. So it's kind of like a defense of the royal family, because so what if they killed someone? So what? Would you rather have a bastard on the throne? That was the kind of mentality from reading some of those books. There's a whole world out there. There's a whole world out there that I don't like knowing about, which is people obsessed with the royal families. I understand it in the same way I understand celebrity worship. At least celebrities have a job. At least you can see them and stuff. A royal fucking family, that's just the imperialism heirs, and some celebrities are that too. But at least they have a job. A considerable amount of time. It's like my favorite theater actor. Oh, and then my favorite war criminal. It's weird given the same amount of tenacity. The other one, there's a book that I read, and I think I did a rant on it maybe once when I was in the middle of a trip to Washington, D.C. Because I had like 2 different booktubers be like, oh my gosh, this is so good, I love it so much. And I understand where, because you agree with the messaging, sometimes you can't ignore that the writing's bad. But my God, me and Cinderella is dead. No, because there's so much that I wish had happened more in that damn book. And one of them is that the main character was always so shocked when bad things were happening that, for one, her grandmother told her about, that she already knew was a part of the system because she's grown up in this system and institution, and like, she knows things are bad because her grandmother told her, but she's still realizing things are bad because she wants to date a girl and this society is homophobic. Both are happening at the same. We're having 2 realizations, but we're not really delving into any of that. Shut up for me using the word delve. I don't care. We're not going into any of that. And so many characters are just kind of dropped off for a very obvious twist that was always going to happen. The evil fucking witch. It's whatever. I think myth and fairy tale retellings that are quote unquote feminist, sometimes they really don't work because they don't understand for one, the original work. This is not me saying Cinderella is a feminist masterpiece, but sometimes you have to understand the work to understand where it's failing, and a lot of people don't. They understand where the Disney movie failed or how they view it as a failure because it doesn't align with their view, but it's never actually about how the work didn't align with its own views and all that. One of those things, I think, even with reviewers, you kind of have to go with where it's at, and you can't really review it for what you want it to be. It needs to be what it's trying to be. And for Cinderella, it was trying to be a feminist retelling of Cinderella in a dystopia with fantastical and a very clear end. The clear end wasn't very good because we tear down the government, but then we instill the woman back in power. But she's technically not as much in power. We're not getting rid of the system. These men are all every single man except the one who is gay is a misogynist. We can get into that because, for one, even gay men can be misogynist, and for 2, we never really address the system that's been in place. I mean, we do as of how Cinderella as a myth is pertained, but if you're going to make a whole world building off of that. You kind of have to go into consequences, everything, because if the grandma, if it's this going on this long and they know it's bad, like, it's enough where there's propaganda to keep it up and yada yada, you have to treat it like you're talking about a real, maybe not a real one, but you have to give it the seriousness of it being a real one. Not that we know it's based off a fairy tale, and so we're gonna be like, I get that reference. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's, I saw what I was trying to do all the time, but it was just like, very simple, and I get it, it's whatever. But it was also not, and my brain would say not subtle, but maybe just not trusting the reader to understand what they're saying is maybe more of a prevalent point. Because there was one part where it's like, yeah. But then the way it was done was against a character who was being forced into, if I'm remembering correctly, they were being forced into an abusive relationship because they did not want to, for one, come out, for two, go against a system that would kill them, that would actively kill them. That character is given a lecture until they're fucking, essentially, you're part of the problem. You are the problem. I get she's the main character's ex, but Jesus Christ, can you work with me a little bit? Work with me? If you want to do that, you have to know your main character is now insufferable. They are now insufferable. Because I'd understand if it's like, I hate you for being complacent, and I did all of this for you, and they're like, I didn't ask you to do that. I didn't ask you to do that. You're doing this because you wanted to. You're not entitled to my relationship with you. If I am not comfortable doing that, I can't do it. And then not get blamed for that. These things can work. You can have a complicated character, but the main character wasn't approached as a complicated character. It was approached as, they're always right. And like a good majority of the time she was, but then she'd be so, you know what it's like, you agree with someone but they articulate the point so badly that it's like, fuck. That was like half the time. She got a lot of people killed. And she'd be like, I don't have any plan on how to fight the system, but I'm gonna do something incredibly rash that will hurt a lot of people right now and will do nothing. I mean, she wasn't doing something, but she was mostly just serving as an example to stay in line. Because otherwise, look what she managed to do. It was a lot. And then the solution at the end is to put one of Cinderella's actual living relatives onto essentially the throne, but not technically the throne, because we don't believe in government, but we're still not we're not gonna go against too much of government and really go into, community-based or anything, because we can't give it to a community that is full of misogynists. But we're just gonna I'm gonna girl boss, and you'll have to deal with it. I'm sure that will fix the centuries-long worth of misogyny in that kingdom, being forced to work together. Me and that book do not get along. Beautiful cover art, though. Genuine, so beautiful. What's something that a lot of people are missing out on because they don't know about it? I feel like everyone knows about everything. The internet makes it so you know about everything. If you haven't watched it, if you don't have Apple, I encourage you to find other means, especially if you don't want to support Apple. But they do have a lot of TV shows that are fascinating. One of them is Silo. My family watched it. They've entrusted it to me. Another one, I don't know what subscription. Apparently Netflix bought one. I'm worried. I'm worried for the state of a mega corporate. whatever. I'm gonna like to not think about that at 2 in the morning, which it is right now. Yay. Yay. But if you have not watched From, you need to watch From. You need to watch From, and you do need to watch Silo. Or you can read the book Silo's based off if you don't really want to watch it in film. But yeah, those are my 2 recommendations. What are some of your guilty pleasures? Is it bad I want to say spending money? Look, over-consumerism is a little bit of a guilty pleasure of mine. I like a good trinket or 2. Who is the most interesting person you've met and talked with? And I want no judgment. I want no judgment for the things I'm about to say. There was someone who in high school I knew. We ended up going to the same college. And last I heard of them, I had heard nothing. They had just randomly stopped talking out of that, like randomly, one day. And then I'm like, in college, I swear I see them. I'm like, and then I see him like, oh, that's exactly who I thought that was. What the hell happened to you? This was like after 2-3 years having not seen each other. But as soon as I said, oh, I'm in the area, this person got on a bus, and this is scary, tracked him on location. Don't do that to someone you don't know. I give them a bit of a pass, because it was a weird night anyway. But they started telling me so much about a life in the rich part of my hometown. I didn't know that was happening. I didn't know that was happening. Rich people drama is so fascinating. Well, my version of rich is like mid-rich people with like mildly okay pediatrician parents. You know, and a house with a yard. Like a really big yard, but like a yard. That's my version of that. Just so fascinating. There was a lot going on. There's still a lot going on in my hometown. I'm scared. What has really taken a toll on you? I'm very socially stunted because of the lockdown period and also my own agoraphobia that I produced at that time. Not very good at it. And also the general not good empathy of ever having that since middle school. Never really had that skill set. I'm attempting, but it's always a very not empathetic empathy. It's like, okay, it's so logical, like, yeah, okay, let's fix that. And that's, you know, and I hate when other people talk about it to me. I don't like it, because like, wow, we love you, but you're like cold and heartless, by the way. Okay, that's so nice. That's so nice. It's mostly family members who do that. It's none of my like real life friends, but still, so nice, guys. It's so nice to say. How did you spend the money from the very first job? I bought one t-shirt, stuffed animals, and then I started a new job, which is technically my really first job. Stayed there for a year. And the entire time I was buying Milo's Pet Shop, Calico Critters, Lala Loopsy dolls. Yeah. To be fair, they're cute. Don't get mad at me. What do you wish someone taught you a long time ago? there are skill sets I don't know of that no one has ever told me. Basic, I assume that I do it right. I can't ever be sure. How to use an oven, how to cook, how to properly clean. I assume I'm doing it right because it seems cleaner after I'm done. But there's like rules that I didn't know existed. What chemicals will definitely give me, you know, if I accidentally use them, so I know not to use them. Because I'm scared. Again, that goes into someone teach me the exact way to clean certain things, and that would be great. Do you think you rely too heavily on your phone? Yes, I have a very bad phone addiction. I do. I'm not proud of that. That's also something that could be taking a toll on me. My average screen time is like 18. But to be fair, I'm accidentally boosting that because I have my phone turned off. So when I'm sleeping, a video is constantly playing. I just like the noise. How could carousels be spiced up so they're more exciting? How could those be more fun? They're not attached at the bottom. Now it's a real thrill. Because you don't know if you get off. I don't know. Maybe fast. I like carousel swings. Those are fun. Airborne. Very dangerous at the county fair. With love. What's your favorite car that you've owned? I've only owned one car. What subjects should be taught in school but aren't? Technically, finances is taught. But I need, like, truly, just one course that breaks down every aspect of a W-2 and an I-40. Just like a general course. I think they should teach kids before it happens. They need to teach them FAFSA. What they do teach us student loans, like basic financial stuff, but they do it in a way that's really, if it's like an actual class, I'm sure you would at least be forced to pay a little bit more attention. That didn't happen. I accidentally bonked my mirror. I forgot it was there. There's 200 questions on this. We're going to, at best, 50. Speed run. What's the best vehicle you've driven? Like, by price? Oh, my car's not that much. My car's not that much. I don't drive other people's cars. What song would be played on a loop in hell? Just a Spotify ad? And dubstep. No, like that's not shame to dubstep, but just sensory nightmare. And at least one Charlie XCX song. Again, not a diss to Charlie XCX. Just, there's one song in particular where I cannot play it in my car because it like actually upsets me. However, in heaven, they're playing my Spotify rap, which is Meg Thee Stallion. My top artist. I think it was Meg Thee Stallion, and Sabrina Carpenter. Those are my top. So, those would be in my perfect world. In my perfect world. What rule do you wish that would introduce into your favorite sport? I do not have a favorite sport. But could you imagine in football? Walk with me. Walk with me. At least once they can switch teams and just play traitor for a bit. Hey, that'd be fun. Or they're allowed one good punch on each other. God. This could work. What challenges are you facing these days as everyone else in the economy? What do you highly recommend to most people you meet? Reading more nonfiction. I know romance books are good, so are fantasy books. They're great. You need to read a nonfiction book every once in a while. That's just my opinion. Do you think you have a pretty good work-life balance? Why not? I don't think about work when I'm not at work. I think of it like it's school, and I know what assignments I have to do, and I will procrastinate. So it's okay. It's okay. To an extent. What was the last thing you were really excited about? Mostly TV. Gen V, The Boys, when that stuff is coming out, I'm the most hype I've ever been. What's your best my coworkers are crazy story? When one of my coworkers went to jail for hitting someone with a car. What does your perfect breakfast look like? Pretty plain pancakes. Maybe chocolate chips on a good day, but I really like plain pancakes. And when you order pancakes, where are these questions from? I just googled icebreaker questions. Conversationstarter.world, apparently. What does your perfect breakfast look like? Mine's pancakes. On a good day with chocolate chip and a very specific, only just like a little bit of whipped cream. I cannot handle too much of whipped cream. Whipped cream is not good unless the person who makes it has a pure soul. And that's hardly ever. Hardly fucking ever. Sometimes it's good. But if you put butter on my pancakes, I'm going to kill you. Kill you now. No. Butter has such a weird texture and consistency when it comes to a pancake. Unless you like really get it together. But some pancakes are meant to be sweet. I like a good sweet breakfast. Waffles with scrambled eggs and bacon on the side. That's a good classic. That's a good classic. Besides pancakes, biscuits. Walk with me. Biscuits, tea, and a muffin. I know it's a lot of bread. I know that. But put in some grapes, apple slices, a banana. This used to get me through college. One dash of fruit from every little, it was like a buffet, so it was like every little dollop. It was great. It was great. That's like the only time I've ever had like well, at best what I could call a very healthy one, but it was so stale. The biscuits were not good. Neither were the bagels. Just bad. Just bad. What are some of your favorite holiday traditions that you did while growing up? I'm trying to think if we have any. At least with my family, we do it a day early because we have 3 days of, if we're talking holiday seasons, Christmas, we have 3 days of holidays. 3. One with my dad's side of the family, one with just our family, and then my mom's side of the family. There's a lot of lore into the various sides of the family. But the chill one is the day before. The just nice family time, actual Christmas. And then what I could only call either severely awkward or genuinely a day in hell with my mom's side. And look, I love my mom's side of the family. There's a lot of family, that's why it takes 3 days. There's a lot of lore to my mom's side of the family, where it is, we've got, as far as I'm aware, this is just what I'm aware of, I do not know how factual or how much it has been exaggerated through times. This is what I've experienced. This was back when I was like 9. Me and my whole side of the family were banished from a funeral. And it was because there was someone who had multiple families hidden, and he basically picked one in the wheel, and yet got buried in our side of the families. Like, you know how graveyards have certain plots in that side of the families, but no one except the other family that he picked was allowed to go to the funeral. Yeah, I was banned. I was maybe 8 or 9. Yeah, there was a whole family civil war on my mom's side of the family because of that. Because there was hidden families, there were hidden children, there were, so technically, legally, I don't think it's considered kidnapping, but there's definitely, me personally, I wouldn't call it not doing that. Yeah, just banished, like I wasn't 8. Me, my mom, my grandma, her sister, that whole side of the family, not allowed. Just fascinating, a fascinating side of the family, and that's the most sanitized, crazy thing I know. There's a lot, and I mean, this is like rural family bullshittery. Oh my gosh! Thank you for joining us at the library. As you can see, you are now one of these little guys. That's the most sanitized part of the family. There are crimes that I've been told happened. I don't know if they have happened, but our family has operated under the assumption that they have. The people are dead, so like I don't think I'm gonna get mad if I say it, but I don't know. The only thing is I don't know how true it is. But we had some robbers, some evil people, many of evil people. So like I was saying, legally, I don't think you can call it. But that was happening a lot in the family, but like between parent and child and grandchild, where a parent would just kind of take a grandchild and not to give them back. That would happen a lot. It was really weird and confusing. It made the family tree really weird. Because it's like, well, I know you related to me this way, but we kind of talk about like the person that's your, it was a whole thing. I never had to. Every family has those bad apples. On that side of the family, it's a lot of them. like I said, then I'll amount of them. But there's like ghost stories and bullshit like that. I only vaguely remember some of them because a lot of them were already old and halfway out the door by the time I was born, and then I moved out of the state I'm in. I moved back, but when I was younger, I moved out of state for a while. And then we came back. And most of them I've never met before. But there was so much at my grandmother's funeral. One of my family members started an affair with the funeral director's husband at my grandmother's funeral. Something happens every day. Something happens every day. You just never know. Are you Southern? Only asking because of your accent. I very much am. North Carolina, baby. Yeehaw nation. I was briefly in Texas for a while too. I don't know if that made me sound more Southern, but not the funeral. It was a wild time to find that one out. Just the funeral, and that lady was nice. She made me from Texas. Yeehaw. I lived I was like 9. I don't really care about doxing me and mine. I used to live in Houston, Lake City, that area, for a while. It was great, somewhat. There were so many. What I remember from elementary school is truly just, for one of my teachers was my neighbor, and also friends with my mom. Oh, military, yeah. I think I knew some people in the military base. I might not have. I think one of my siblings was on the bus and they ran into that a lot. My mom and my teacher were close friends. Do you know how bad that was for me? It was bad. It was bad. Just awful. Just awful. I already had a lot of attention problems. I also had basic sensory problems. I had a lot of problems when it came to anything basic schoolwork. But now my teacher and my mom are like besties. What the fuck? I can't be bad at school. And I was bad at school. I never, until I was in high school, I never made more than a 70 on anything. I was a C and D student. Do you know how bad it is to be a C and D student in elementary school? Whatever. And yet I was never tested for anything, never got any help for that. And I'm sure if I had enough money for health insurance to actually go get tested for certain things, I'm sure they'd make great treatment plans. I'm kind of locked in now though, because it's already done it, because both my siblings have ADHD furthermore, and I think there's some other part of it I don't really remember right now, but I never got tested for that for some reason. They're like, oh, well, you're not hyperactive, so it's okay. It's okay. But me in elementary school in Texas, I only really remember our little festivals. Those were so adorable. And also the pier and Galveston. And Schlitterbahn. Me and Schlitterbahn were great friends. Okay, but the one in Texas, I hope it's not related to the one in Kansas. Because in my head, I've called it Schlitterbahn. That might even be what the fuck it's called, whatever. But is that not? I know there's one in Kansas where someone actually, the really big drop part killed somebody. Every time someone talked about that, I genuinely thought they meant the one in Texas for extremely long. But, there's some people on TikTok who are like, you never truly almost fall out of a roller coaster ride, yada, yada, yada. No. If you've ever been down a water slide, you damn well almost fall the fuck off. It happened. It happened. It was spinning. The best part of water parks are lazy rivers and rapids. I almost died 3 times. And yet, no complaint. No complaint. Oh god, if you could choose your dreams, what would you prefer to dream about? If I could do it, I would make it so I don't have night terrors ever again. Because I keep thinking there are bugs. And I jinxed myself the other time. Because I said, I haven't really had that recently. I woke up the other morning, for one, thinking I had missed my job. I don't like that. One of those, it starts from those dreams, and then I wake up already stressed, and then I see on the ceiling ants crawling. They're not real. I'm having a night terror. But it looked so real for a bit that I was like, fuck, I need to call the exterminator, and it's gonna cost so much money. And then I blink and then they're gone. Do you know how annoying that is? Do you know how fucking evil that is? I don't want to see fake ants. I'm not even scared of bugs. I'm annoyed by them. But I get night terrors of various creatures. I've only had a night terror where it's like sleep paralysis in a sense, where you kind of hallucinate something. It's always been spiders following near me, a colony of either ants, mass amount of spiders, or hornets just living. And then I've only had it once where it was like an actual person like standing above me. I screamed so loud, it woke my parents up. I was like in high school, so I was in high school where I had come home from college for a holiday. It was rough out there. It was rough. It was not great. Because it wasn't like a person. I think I was watching like a creepypasta video beforehand. So it was like a creature. It was a creature. I hated it. I hated it. Because sometimes I have these really weird dreams where they're extremely anxiety inducing. I'm not scared of the dark, but what's in it sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes I'll fully convince myself like a hamper of clothes. I genuinely will have to check if it is anything like 3 different times. Even if I see it on the first time, I know it's not anything. But then I have to check again and again just to get it in my head. But I dream weird stuff sometimes. When I was younger, my first memory of a dream was one of my parents getting abducted by aliens that were hiding in whirlpools. And then that was the dream. Like, he had gone to a pier and then one of my parents just got it does like sometimes. One time I fully thought someone was in my place. It was my fridge. I fully thought someone was looking at me from a corner. Literally, like, hold on, to illustrate. Like this. I fully thought that was happening. It was my fridge. Look, don't say I'm not honest about stupid bullshit sometimes. But I'm not going to say either that I've never had a haunted experience, because I have, in a sense. One time I was home alone. I'm in middle school, I think. I'm middle school, high school, whatever. I literally hear someone whisper to me. And I'm home alone, and I immediately run. And it's them, like a little bit of a hiss. And like, it wasn't an animal hiss, it was a, like, yes, like I had said something and they were answering and no one was home. I waited till someone came home with a butter knife the whole time and my dog, and then I waited on the porch until someone came home. That was an experience and a half. Like, it could have definitely been like I'm very skeptic when it comes to actual like ghost stuff. I'm sure there's a rational explanation for anything. I don't know what that was. It could have been a pipe. It could have been an animal. Yada yada yada. But at the time, there was something in that house. That's just how I. Would you ride in a Zeppelin if given the chance? Okay, well, this depends on what the fuck a Zeppelin is. And don't judge me for not knowing that. And don't judge me for dropping my phone. What the fuck is a Zeppelin? Oh, it's a blimp. Like, I've had scary stuff happen to me too. TV turned on randomly at night. I told mom the next day. You bust the house the next day. I've never had it where someone would like actually go out of their way to try to fix it. It's always either been, well, there's a ghost or there's not. Because my siblings used to hear people walking all the time in our house, and I'm convinced it was me, because I would never sleep at a good time. Okay, let me picture a Zeppelin. Oh, it's just a blimp. No. They look cool when I'm not in them. Like when they're carrying like one of those like flyers. Cool, cute, whatever. Oh, it makes sense when I play with that kind of stuff. I feel like there's some like ultra religious families that don't really play with that, but I think my parents were either very skeptical or very lazy or very benefit of the doubt, very thinking it was like nice ghost. It's not that I don't believe in nice ghosts. It's just, damn, they can't communicate better. If they're nice, they can't be kind. I think for my parents, it's just that they had like family members that they were thinking it could be, and they're like, it's just them. They're stomping like that. They're hiding a telephone in the attic. They're the one putting the haunted chair up there. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I've seen too many horror movies say that. Anytime, anything I vaguely, my assumption was never ghost. It was, oh, there's a burglar in here. And I think that's a good assumption to make, even if you think it's a ghost. I would never assume the ghost has good intent. Sorry. I would always leave our house and go out on our porch with our dog and just and wait. Because I'm like, okay, if I leave, surely I mean, if it's a person, I mean, surely they do something by now. That was the only way I could convince myself that nothing was happening. I was like, I mean, they have to do something. I mean, otherwise this is a symbiotic relationship. That would have to be my assumption. But my siblings and my parents, they have more ghostly encounters than I ever did. But I think, I don't know, maybe I ward them off, or maybe I'm too paranoid. I don't know. I always just assume something else is happening so I don't have the craziest freak out of all time. One time, my sister thought that someone was in our house, and so we ran over to the neighbors. It was not someone in our house, it was a toy that had made noise. And we did not know this neighbor, we just let them into our house. So smart, but my sister was in elementary school, so we can't blame her too much for that decision. It's okay. It's okay. What is something that was once important but is now becoming less and less relevant? Most fashion brands, most movie theaters, a lot of streaming services if they don't keep up with the trends. In my brain I keep thinking Nordstrom Rack. I don't know why. There's one, I cannot say that that's a boutique from my hometown, but one of those. If I'm by myself, I'm scared, but if I'm with other people, I'll be the first one to see what's happening first. That's my thing. If someone else is there, I always like, okay, what? Well, we've got numbers. Let's check it out. If it's something bad, we run. If it's not, it's okay. I don't know what that is, but when I was in middle school, I would be at home alone like a lot, and I would my numbers would be me and my dog. And I mean, this dog is this big, so she wasn't helpful that much. But I mean, you never know. Them tiny dogs, they can do a lot. What tells you the most about a person? How they treat waiters, how they treat any food service person, how they treat any customer service person. Yeah, he'll see them first. That's true. That's true. Any customer service person, how they treat them, how they treat women they are not attracted to. That's something, you know, how they treat anyone they're not attracted to. But if you're talking to someone you'll find out if someone's misogynist if they don't find a woman attractive. This applies to women who like women, men who like women, non-binaries who like women. Everyone has a capacity for a certain level of misogyny. And if they don't find someone attractive, sometimes people are like, oh, if I don't find you attractive, you have literally no use to me. So that's always something to keep an eye out for. How they act when they get angry, how much they can regulate emotion. What snacks they get. That's always something to remember. Sweet tarts people, like people who like sweets and sours. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But they have a certain vibe. Same vibe with people who eat pistachios. just a general personality thing. Like, you know, when someone like certain, like, if someone's a more savory person, someone's more sweet, sour, what kind of fruit snacks do they get? What, at a gas station, what are they getting? Are they getting chips? Are they getting gum? This is just like a minuscule thing. This isn't like like a true personality thing. This is just like a little detail. You'll find out what is their favorite snack to get at a gas station. Mine is chips with chocolate, because I like the salt and the sweet. I don't like sour and sweet. I cannot do that. It hurts my teeth. Not the sweetness, but the sour. It hurts my gums, because when I chow down on something sour. What type of chips? I get baked brand, basic plain bitch chips. I can't remember what the yellow ones. Baked Lay's, yeah. Those are always what I get. I don't know why it became a theme for them, but that and chocolate. You're gonna find out that I don't like anything that is not a starch. I can handle some spicy corn though. I've had some of that and some vaguely spicy chicken pastry. That was good. It was just too much pepper, but like an egregious amount of pepper. But it was pretty good. Look, it happened once. I was like, oh, I mean, it's not bad as much as I thought it was gonna be, but it was. I didn't think you could add. It didn't really go with corn, but I was trusting the process, and it wasn't bad. But if it's not a starch, I will not eat. Just kidding. But my favorite foods are normally starches or carbs. My favorite go-to meal, it's mostly sides, is mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, corn, steamed preferably, and like a good chicken broth. That's my heavenly meal. Just mwah, mwah. But I don't know what it is that makes my brain want to do that so much. I don't know. But I also like a good chicken casserole. So I don't know. But I would never buy that at a gas station. I don't think they sell that. Well, it depends on the kind of gas station. Some do have frozen meals. It depends. It depends. I've seen it maybe once. But it's not that you can tell a lot about a person what snacks they get, but it does tell you something. You just have to figure out what that something is. You know, it's like when someone tells you their favorite color. What does that favorite color mean to them? What does that fruit snack mean to them? What do those chips mean to them? Why is that their comfort food? Food for thought. Food for thought. But, yeah. Mostly waiters, people they don't find attractive, and anyone in the customer service industry. That is how you will know. And also how they act when they're like inconvenienced and something goes wrong. How do they act then? Because that's mostly how they're gonna be when they're pissed the fuck off. And if it's fine for you to deal with it like that, then hey, you know that now. But if it's like concerning amount, you know what you need to know. What is the most interesting period in history? It depends on the country. Truly it does. And each facet of history, I'm a history major, each facet of a country's history has its own inner workings with so many other countries that to say there is one specific amazing point, not amazing, but most interesting point, I feel, World War II or Vietnam, I feel like, yeah, that is a good one. Mine, if I had to pick, I think I'd pick every country's Industrial Revolution. There's separate periods for each one of them, but each one is so integrally fascinating to how it functions those countries, because each country had a different one at a different period of time. Sometimes they'd be impacted by different wars, sometimes they'd be impacted by the colonialism or imperialism other countries were doing to them. They would have those industry booms, and then each time that is the most booming part, but is so like it's going to change how their economy works, how their market works. It's going to change everything. Because I mean, the British Industrial Revolution was not the same as the American Industrial Revolution, and the American Industrial Revolution is one that I do love reading about, because I didn't realize I was so entertained by the journalists that were at the time. Hello, truly fascinating individuals, because everyone was pissed off all the time, and they were right to be. But I mean, it was hell and high water. What is the best pair of shoes you have owned? Sneakers? A good pair of sneakers, tennis shoes, best. I mean, I have some loafers that I have, and some not ballet shoes, but like it looks like a ballet shoe. Those are cute, but I walk around a lot at my job, and it's really, really annoying if I have to feel this fuck ass like strap all the time. I don't think they kind of look like that. Just imagine with all the time I've had a very specific back, but just like imagine that, but without it, and we're just like the shoes I think Jessica Day from New Girl would wear, but it's like essentially tops, like a dupe in a way. But tennis shoes, sneakers, my go-to. And not in a sneakerhead way, I just think they're practical. What book had the most significant impact on you? Barring Jessica Day from New Girl. I love her vibe. Books, I'm gonna say barring, again, Southern, grew up in Bible Belt. Barring the Bible, I'm gonna say, it's not technically a book. If we're counting manga, though, that's a separate question. Well, this technically isn't looking. Fleabag the Scriptures, which is basically the scripts of the TV show Fleabag. Truly life-changing. L-I-F-E, life-changing. For me, it's a manga. If we're going by manga, Chainsaw Man, How to Make the Exorcist Fall in Love. The one with the anime coming out right now, based on trash. Love that. I will put Chainsaw Man up there because I don't think I would have been so involved in actually reading more manga and anything like that if I hadn't read Chainsaw Man. That was the first full one I read, and I read it one night. Oh, I have all the Chainsaw Man books. It's so good. I'm waiting for this arc to finish before I catch up. I have a lot of catching up to. I still know what's happening, but still, as much as I do think me and the author do not get along, only for how women are written, but Jujutsu Kaisen, still one of the all-timers. Not even in a good way. Well, in a good way, because I do love it. But just, I think, I was gonna say, should I put Attack on Titan on there? Because that was the first one I ever watched. Well, as an anime. But that was the first one I ever watched. That and Corpse Party. Truly generational. Whether you love it or hate it. If you were sat watching the Shibuya arc, you know it's generational. Like the next upcoming arc, it's still gonna be generational. I don't care. When when that final battle gets animated, no one's gonna be normal for at least a year. Nobody. I do still think there was a lot of missed potential with the ending. I do think that. I have my problems with it. But a generational anime. Generational. Is Avatar, Avatar, The Last Airbender. I know some of those had books. I never managed to read them. Okay, fully significant to my childhood, Goosebumps. That'll be my final actual answer. I was reading these when they came out. Oh my god, it was so bad. I was checking Twitter every couple weeks. I would forget it was happening until I would see it trending on Twitter. Generational. Genuinely generational. I have like a couple of anime reaction channels that I love deeply. Watching them watch season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen, that was my entertainment, like, for weeks. Just wow. I'm literally gonna rewatch them, watch it tonight. That's my plan. I want to see their reactions to certain death scenes again. I know that's evil, but I still want to. No one can stop me. Gojo versus Sukuna. It's gonna be generational. It's gonna be peak. It's gonna be peak. Like, in so many ways, that was one of the best worst fights, because no one wanted Sukuna to win. And we're like, it can be even, but he has to pull through. When what happened. There was a couple posters up at my campus when it happened. He was loved by the people, and it was felt. It was bad. It was bad. Genuinely, when that happens and it's animated, y'all, it's gonna be so bad. Genuinely so bad. I don't know how to do it. I wonder how they're gonna animate, not Jujutsu Kaisen, but it was 100 the two other things and the author. He had it out for him. I wonder how they're gonna animate Chainsaw Man for the part 2 arc. I genuinely wonder how that's gonna go. Because at that point, we're gonna have at least a couple seasons of the International Assassins, of the gun. No, I can't even remind myself. But when it gets to Asa and all that stuff, I genuinely wonder what the reception to that is gonna be. Because the sudden perspective switch that's gonna keep going for episodes, I hope it lands, because I love Asa. I genuinely do. I'm gonna be really sad if she dies. I know Yoru needs to bite a bullet, but I know if that happens, Asa dies. I believe the movie animation. I haven't seen the movie yet. Is it that different? I mean, I've seen edits of it, but is it that different from the anime ones? Because I like the anime. It did, however, make me feel nauseous like half the time, because it was so, I don't know. I was like, oh, like it felt lived in, but it was the song always playing. The song that played when, I don't care about doing spoilers, Jujutsu Kaisen spoilers, whatever. But when Himeno, don't judge me. I haven't rewatched in a while. Himeno, what? You know, I've actually. Oh, one. Okay, nice. The song that played when she died. I mean, it was played a couple times before, but that song, I don't know what it was, but it always set something off uneasy in my brain. Just that sound cue, I don't know. Hold on. I don't know the song enough. to Google it. But I hope you understand what I mean. I think it played when Aki was fighting the ghost devil. I think that song also played. That one, something about it made me so uneasy anytime that song played. I don't know why. I do hope they keep somewhat of a good style with it. I used to say, don't laugh, I used to say they should animate it like it is Madoka Magica. Just for the fun of it. Is that so bad? Is that so bad? It depends on if you like Madoka Magica. What's the best place to nap? A couch? A couch? Or he fought the ghost devil at the end, didn't he? Aki did? Like at the end of season 1 when they were... Let me remember season 1. Power fought all of those fucking things by accident. And accidentally gorged herself. And then when it's the part with the cigarette with Easy Revenge, was he not fighting the ghost devil? Wow. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Yeah, that one. The song that was playing during that one, that song, it played a couple times. I think when Power's also talking about Meowie, and some part of it, probably in the beginning, when he's like, I just wish they would let me dream. I don't think there's a sound cue during that, but there's sometimes it has that sound cue, and it used to make me so uneasy and like vaguely nauseous. But that's a good sound at a certain point. Favorite places to nap. When I am at work, in my car, like halfway across the dashboard and somewhat onto the middle. In my house, my couch, 100%. Because, well, it's pitch black right there. But my dog is currently lying down there because she's adorable. And she stole my fucking pillow again. Oh my god. She has it out for me in anything that I own. Anything that's crochet or yarn. Any variety. Any pillow. Doomed. What's the best event you've attended? I don't go to events. I really don't. A rodeo once when I was in Texas. That was fun. I think it was my first concert ever. I don't know how old I was, but I know there was a rodeo. And I think Big Time Rush played. What do you buy way more of than most people? Throw pillows, throw blankets. I don't know how to buy a duvet. I'm too afraid to do it. Because they're a lot of money. So I buy like random like $10 throw blankets to kind of just, make up for it. Because I have one duvet, and it's not that I don't like it, it's just that it's a cold one and I want to be warm, and I just keep buying them. What do you rebel against? The country. One day that's going to be illegal for me to say. But for now, freedom of speech. The institutions of this country are being very specific. Institutions of this country that our country was kind of built on. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. The American country. Boo. Boo. What well-known person I know is the most good for the world? Greta Thunberg. Love her. There's someone I'm thinking of, but I cannot place her name right now. I'll remember it at a certain point. I'm trying to think. Is it bad that I don't think a lot of people do all that good? There are some good charity owners, people like that, but they're just like normal people, not like well-known people. Terrifying people. There was someone on like the tip of my tongue and I don't remember them. Like any journalist. I know there's some journalists who are really popular on Twitter. Love them. Not like pop base or anything like them, but like actual journalists. I get my media updates from them. Not pop base. Not discussing film. No. Not pop crazy either. Real journalists. Is that who I was thinking of? That one guy on Twitter? Might be. But good news sources. What's your favorite food combination? I've already said this. And it's starches. Mac and cheese. Mashed potatoes. Mix them up. Trust me. And chips. Very salty chips. And chocolate. It's goated. And anyone who disagrees is fundamentally wrong. My opinion. My opinion, which I'm allowed to have. Guys, I'm thinking, and don't laugh, I've already done a video meowing the entire national anthem. What if I meow the soundtrack of Hamilton? Too much? Meowing Christmas album. Too much? I'm not doing 6-7. I don't want to hear that. Shut up. But you know what? I'm already having to I have to keep clearing out my phone because I'm doing rankings of every cafe game. And then I'm gonna do building book nooks, and I'm gonna do a random writing challenge for myself, picking through a wheel to pick that plot. Because if I'm gonna do a randomizer, I'm gonna do it like a real man. I'm gonna do it like that, not by that. Boo. I'm gonna put like spin a wheel and just go poof. That's gonna be how we get it. And then I'll probably draw some accompanying art for it and then post like one of those Reddit reader podcasts. And then I'll put it like on Substack or something so people can actually read it. That are right there. Either one. It won't be behind a paywall for those. Just anywhere that is accessible for reading. I love a good writing. Love a good writing session. My favorite, I need to rewatch the videos. I really did. But the architect who builds on Minecraft, I love him. I love him down. I love him so much. Because I keep getting like great world building ideas from him. I do. There was one that reminded me of I think a manga or something, where it was that computers had fully taken over the universe. And they were building cities for computers based on what they remembered from humans, but it wasn't for humans. It was for machines. And the architect guy, built one. I have a fake plan over here. I was looking in it because the shadows make it look like there's something in it, but there's not. At least not that I can tell. Ooh. But it was one that it was like I make like fake robots, a robot city. Hells yeah. I love a good Minecraft build. I need to update my I'm making like a favorites of all time playlist on my YouTube of just videos I love, and I think half of them are going to be random Minecraft builds. So far the only one I have on it right now is Muppets with Singing Wicked. I'm so simple. I'm really simple. I just am. Sorry. I'm sorry. But who wouldn't want to hear? I don't know. I haven't got as far as I want to. If he does Wicked Part 2, I want to hear the March of the Witch Hunters. So far, that's the only song from Part 2 that I actually like. Plus Cynthia Erivo's belting Fierro. Great times. Okay. I said last time I'm not going to engage in any form of wicked discourse. However, wicked plot discourse is fine. But there's a lot of people pretending Linda is a much better person than she is. Because she's not. She is complacent McGee. fascist McGee. Hey, someone had to fake die for her to be a good person, and it is commendable that she became a good person to an extent. Doesn't really erase all the other stuff. But there's so many people pretending that Glinda is like, she is technically at the end because she's dedicated to being good because she fucked up so badly before. But everyone's pretending no, she didn't fuck up at all. She's actually been the best the whole time. She got done so bad. I need every last person who thinks that to relax a little bit. Relax. Just take it down. Because I know a lot of it is for love of Ariana Grande. And I love a good Ariana Grande song. She is not Glinda the character. Glinda the character is a fascist. Please understand that. Just because you like the character's actor does not mean you have to do all that, in my opinion. But I know plenty of people who love an actor so much they will ignore a character's actors. There was once an entire string of edits that I saw on TikTok, and it was like, oh yeah, this character's awful, but I mean I love the actor and I never see them look like this, so I'm gonna edit this evil character to spread my agenda. I mean, I respect honesty. I can't even be mad at that. Like, well, I am, but I respect honesty. If more people were honest, instead of lying, maybe we'd get somewhere. Huh? Oh my god, it is 3 in the fucking morning. Well, I know how I'm gonna spend this weekend. Sleeping. I'm gonna go get ready for bed. I will see you guys probably sometime later this weekend. Maybe at some point. Kirby. That's not a good Miss Piggy word. Shut up. I know. Shut up. I'm gonna get ready for bed because it is about to be 3 in the morning, and I think my dog is passive aggressively staring at me until I go to bed. So, thank you everybody for coming in. I will be off probably till maybe later tomorrow, maybe Sunday. I got a lot of work to do this week, so hopefully we get some in on the weekend, okay? Okay. I will see you all later. Bye.